So I'm live here on YouTube as well. So you'll see I have YouTube up here. So you'll see me. This is when I'm looking at you, and then I have Facebook down here. I don't often show Facebook enough love. I feel like I just post things there. And recently I saw a friend and colleague of mine who was going live on Facebook. And I was like, I should do that more. So tonight, I am going to be guiding a full moon practice for self care. A lot of us know that typically people use the full moon as a time to release what is no longer serving. I found that people around me and myself have I've been seeing this pattern of frustration, this like very tense energy. So I felt like, tonight would be a good night to go live and to lead a well-rounded practice. So I do have my notes, of course, and really what I want to do is offer people a peek into kind of what I do into my personal life, but as well as what a self-care practice could look like for you. Now you'll find that mine and what I do is very extensive. And even now I'm starting at 7 p.m., which is kind of early. A lot of people will do their self-care routines or whatever they're doing later on in the day. But I'm also doing that as well. So I'll do what I'm doing here now with you all, which I think will be great. For you all, hello, Lucid Links. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But you'll see, as I'm explaining more, I'm going to give you resources and all of that, that you'll be able to continue to do the work that we engage in tonight. You'll be able to continue to move forward and do more of this as well, or dive in deeper. But we're going to get pretty deep tonight. So that is why I do suggest you get comfortable. I'm wearing comfortable clothes. You should be wearing comfortable clothes. Hello, Tiffany. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have my tea here with me. I am drinking the Perfectly Paired tea from Mothering Tea. The owner, her name is Talisha, and she's actually a friend of mine on Instagram. And I ordered some tea from her for the very first time, so I was so excited to try it out. So this is going to be my evening tea. I would suggest that you go ahead and grab yourself a beverage. Hello, LaShanfa. I'm not sure who this is. Tell me what your name is. I saw the screen name pop up really, really quickly, but tell me what your name is. But I have my beverage, so go ahead and grab yours. I'm gonna just give you a quick rundown. Oh, it's Angela. Hey, Angela. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Angela's in Switzerland, y'all. So I want to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing right now, this evening, or whenever it is for you. And that way you can be adequately prepared. So I am going to be leading us through 3 exercises. So we're going to have actually 4 portions of tonight's workshop. So get settled. We are going to do some EFT tapping. We're going to do that. It's going to be dispersed throughout the workshop, so you'll get a flavor for it. We're going to do it more than just one time, and we'll explore EFT in a variety of ways, so you can see other ways how to use this tool. Shout out to you all who have taken my EFT masterclass. You already know about this. But we're also going to do some guided meditation. We're going to just do a quick 15-minute session, and I'm going to personally lead us through that. The guided meditation, it is going to be really just for releasing negative energy and transforming negative energy. The actual technique is called Tonglen, if you are interested in that. So I'm going to do an adaptation of that this evening and kind of get us settled into that. It has a component of relaxation, physical relaxation, which is going to help us relieve that stress, okay? A lot of times we walk around with this unconscious stress that's held right beneath the surface of our being. And this develops into illness, this develops into disease, and this could just develop into a bad, nasty attitude because it's just, it's just that day for you. So we're going to do that. And then we're also going to engage in some journaling. So I do advise that you have your journal. So I have my journal here. I have my pen here. I advise that you have that. Before this workshop started, if you are on my email list or on my text list, I did send out a notification with the workbook for this evening. I do advise that you have that on both YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to update the description so you have that workbook there for you. It's going to contain all of our reading material. Well, there's not really much reading material, but it's going to give you some tips on how you can set up your own personal practice similar to what we're going through this evening. And it also is going to have links to some videos, some how-to videos, some guided practices, just like we're going through in this live session. So if you have that, go ahead and pull that up. You don't have to worry about the guided practices in there because we're going to do the ones for this evening. But if you want to revisit or do, you know, some type of alternative practice in the future, then you have those resources there for you. And that workbook also contains our journaling prompts for this evening. How's everybody doing this evening? Are you holding it down? You holding it down over there? Do you all have what you need? Let me go ahead and bring up my housekeeping. Go ahead and drop me housekeeping in the comment section if you can hear me and see me okay. That's just going to let me know that we are ready to roll. On Instagram, I'm not currently going live because I'm having sound issues. So I just want to make sure that I'm not having sound issues on YouTube or on Facebook. So if you can hear me and you can see me okay, please go ahead and drop me housekeeping in the comment section below. Let me know that you are ready to roll, okay? And let me go ahead and get into housekeeping. You're ready, Lucid? I am ready too. Housekeeping item number 1. Thank you, Bella. I saw that. Housekeeping item number 1 is going to be interaction. So as I'm going through the content this evening, as we're going through the practices, feel free to interact with me. I know a lot of people are going to be doing their thing. You know, we're going to be journaling. We're going to be tapping. We're going to be doing meditation. So it is not expected that you engage in that way. But if there is something that I say that you don't understand, if you want to get some personal feedback on something, if there's anything that you need, questions that you have, drop those in the comment section or, you know, on Facebook or on YouTube, and I will be more than happy to answer or address anything that comes up, okay? So my second housekeeping item is going to be sharing is caring. Just like you're trying to grow, I'm trying to grow too, okay? So if you find the content and the information in tonight's workshop valuable, please, as I always say, tell a pimp, tell a player, tell a friend, tell a hater, tell somebody in your upline or your downline. That's going to help me extend my reach and do just a little bit more for you all here on Higher Alignment, okay? So share this video with a friend, family member, loved one. I know you all out there know other people who like meditation and journaling and self-exploration and all of that. And I know you know somebody who's doing something for the full moon tonight. So you can go ahead and share this video with them. Do not be stingy with the information, okay? My third housekeeping item is going to be my text list. On Instagram, I have a little spot where I can pin things. Type it. I probably have that here on YouTube, but I don't know how to do it. But if you want to get on my text list, I do send out notifications 10 to 15 minutes before I go live. I send out discounts, promotions, and freebies. You're going to just text the word HIGHER, HIYER, to 888-533-6979. Text the word HIGHER, HIYER, to 888-533-6979. One more time for the people in the back. You're going to text the word HIGHER, HIYER, to 888-533-6979, okay? While I'm talking and going through housekeeping, you all, this is going to be time when you can really go ahead and set the mood. I am going to give us about 3 to 5 minutes to do that. If you have the workbook already, which I'm going to talk about that in a moment, go ahead and pull that workbook up on another device, on a tablet, on a computer, whatever. Pull it up on another device because it is going to contain the sequence of activities that we are basically rolling through this evening. It's going to give you tips and links and all of that. And you're going to see in the workbook, go ahead and turn to, let me zoom mine in because my screen is divided. Let's see. Or can I get rid of this? Okay, so you'll see on page 1, it says setting the mood. Setting the mood is essential in placing yourself in the place and space where you can adequately dedicate time and energy and emotion with ease and harmony towards your goal this evening. So use the following tips to help you set the mood. And so the first thing that I would suggest that you do is go ahead and set the mood with some solfeggio frequencies. So here in the workbook, I have the link to the stress relief subliminal affirmations video. That's the one, actually, no, in the background in my home, I'm not sure if you can hear it right now. I'm playing the forgiveness and compassion subliminal affirmations, and it's calming meditation music. It has solfeggio frequencies in it, so it's kind of like helping you set the mood. You could also grab sage, palo santo, if you have any essential oils that you want to, put in your diffuser. Go ahead and take your time to do that while I'm going through housekeeping, okay? But you have on the workbook, page 1 there, it has some tips for you to set the mood, and I do advise that you go ahead and do that. Light your incense, really get into it, because you don't want to feel rushed this evening. You see, even now, we're taking time. I'm taking time to explain it. Go ahead. You're here watching it, aren't you? You're here on YouTube, right? You're here on Facebook, right? Okay, well, go ahead and do what you need to do. So grab your tea, grab your journal. If you did not know that you need a journal, yes, you need a journal. Grab your pen. Do what it is you need to do, okay? So I'm going back to housekeeping. Let me pull my notes back. Okay, the workbook. Right on to it. So I do have a free workbook this evening. If you are on my email list or the text list, you got the link for the workbook. There's no reason why you should not have it. Hey, Choice, welcome, welcome, welcome. There's no reason why you should not have it, because it's completely free. You click the link and it's easily accessible. You was on Instagram waiting. It's okay. I know, Choice. I used to go live almost every day on Instagram, y'all, for months and months, almost a year I did that. And then a few months ago, I switched to going live on YouTube on Wednesdays. So, trying to switch things up, just like we're going to be talking about this evening, switching things up. But the workbook, so please, please, please make sure that you have the workbook. And if you have the workbook, go ahead and pull that up. If you don't, I will put the link in the description on Facebook and YouTube, so you can grab that. But I just want you to see the workbook. So you see first it has setting the mood, what we just went through. Go ahead and scroll down. It has the energy cleanse guided visualization. We're going to be doing a variation of that this evening in just a few minutes. It has, you scroll down, it has our 2 pages of journaling prompts we're going to be going through this evening. And yes, once again, I am going to, you can hear it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. There's a lot of lag, y'all. I'm just now seeing Tiffany's comment, and I talked about that so long ago. So once again, that brings us back to the first housekeeping item of interaction. Please interact with me, ask me questions, because if not, I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna roll with it. So please interact with me. But for the journaling prompts, you can scroll down. You see that on pages, 2, 3, and 4, we have our journaling prompts. On page 4, look at journaling prompt number 4, and it says, what's one thing that I can do over the next 2 weeks to 30 days to gently begin to release and remind myself to continue releasing? You see there, it has another link to get my self-care ideas list, and that's free. So that is going to come into play when we get to that point. So if once again, I'm giving you gems on gems on gems. I'm giving you resources. I'm giving you everything that you need. Okay, so if we get to that point and you're like, I really don't even know what I'm supposed to do or what I could do to help continue to release, I already got you covered. So don't even worry about that. And then if you scroll to the last page, you have an additional resources section. It has an additional EFT routine to help you release negative habits. So you can work with that over the next 2 weeks to 30 days as well. And then only the people who have this workbook, there is a surprise for the first 5 people. And I just made this workbook before I went live this evening. So it's fresh, hot off the press, and I did put a surprise there for you. So go ahead and take a look at the secret message at the bottom of the workbook. And once again, it will be for the first 5 people who claim that. And you have all of that information there for you. Okay, so let's go back to housekeeping. So then we have the, I'm going to speed through this last portion. The Coming Back Home workshop series is on sale right now. I'm going to put the link for that in everywhere that you'll see this. It's 5 days of material similar to what we're doing this evening. It's going to guide you through some practices and some different workshops to help you establish inner peace. It is originally $88.88. It's on sale for $44.44 this evening. And it contains 5 days worth of material and a companion workbook, okay? Moving on, Sunday Space in the Mystery School. If you enjoy what I do and you want to do more of these workshops, I'm going to be ending these in about 3 weeks and I'm going to go back to teaching. You can subscribe through Patreon to Sunday Space, where we're going to do similar routines like this on Sundays, self-care routines, extensive ones, and then the Mystery School, where I will host private workshops. And that's all that I have for you. So once again, I know that there is a lag, but we're just going to go ahead and roll with it. If this is your first time here, go ahead and drop me a number 1 in the comment section. Let me see how many new people we have here. If this is your first time here, drop me a number 1 in the comment section. If this is not your first time here, go ahead and drop me a heart or a number 8 in the comment section and let the new people know that they are in the right place, in the right space, if they are ready to do their personal development work. If you don't know who I am, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Aaron. I am a certified life coach, mindfulness and meditation practitioner, and mindset guru. I'm here to give you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use in order to create a positive shift and transformation in your life. This evening is the full moon. We are in Cancer right now. It's actually the Capricorn full moon, though. You know, the moon shifts its phase faster than the sun. So right now the sun is in Cancer, the moon is in Capricorn. It is a full moon today, so we're going to use this full moon to go ahead and do some work. So what I want you to do is, let's go ahead and dive right on in. I'm not seeing those call to actions yet. I'm not seeing those 8s and those 1s and anything, but we're going to continue moving forward. If they show up, then I'll do what I normally do on Instagram. But like I said, there is a big lag, so we are just rolling with it, okay? The first thing that I want us to do, we're going to start with cleansing the space. So grab whatever it is that you need. Different people do different things. So I have sage. Normally I light this on my stove. I'm going to go ahead and light it with the lighter. I'll pull my lighter over here this evening so I can see if I can get it going. But go ahead and take your time if you haven't already done so. I've been running my mouth for 17 minutes now, so you should have had enough time. I advise you to start doing this, a while ago. So you could have carried, your phone around while you're getting set up, getting your tea, grabbing your journal, all of that good stuff. Go ahead and cleanse your space. And I'm going to give you just about 60 more seconds, 1 to 2 minutes to do that. Maybe you're using a Tibetan singing bowl and you want to, go ahead and get that going. Take about 60 seconds to 2 minutes to do that. And then we're going to settle in and we're going to open up with our opening EFT. We're going to get it settled and open up with our EFT, okay? If you've never done EFT before, EFT stands for the Emotional Freedom Technique, also called tapping. It allows us to move the energy through our body. We're going to be tapping on specific points which correspond to the meridians in traditional Chinese medicine system. And it's a way of relaxing the body. We typically use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, in conjunction with the EFT. We're going to do it a variety of ways this evening. So first, we're going to just start off with just an opening EFT. And just to introduce you to it, and for those who have never practiced before. So hopefully you've had enough time to do. I have mine. Let me look and see if I got the message. Perfect. Look and see if you got the message, if you have the workbook. Could you cleanse this space with Reiki? You can. I'm not a Reiki practitioner. So that's why I say, everybody, I want you to do what you do. Actually, I do play my Tibetan singing bowl. So let's do that. I cleanse the energy for me. Let's do it for everybody. So let's take a moment. Go ahead and close your eyes for a moment and get centered. Just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. In through your nose, deep breath, and exhale on a sigh, releasing any tension, tightness, stress from the body. And do that a few more times. Okay, how was that? Let me know, how was that? Just to get things started. I'm also gonna go ahead. I have my Come Hither oil. It's an attraction oil that I made. So I use this under the full moon. Some people may use tools like this, some people don't. I do. I use my attraction oil. I love it. So if you have your Come Hither oil, go ahead and grab that. You can put some on, anoint yourself with it. If you have any intentions that you want to set for yourself this evening, go ahead and speak those aloud right now. You can even write that intention down in your journal. If you don't know what to expect this evening, that's perfectly okay. You may not have an intention right now other than being here, and that's perfectly okay as well. So what I want to do now is go ahead and let's open up with some EFT. Let me go over here on Facebook as well. Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to not show Facebook love, but I know people are on YouTube, so I'm looking at the comments and stuff over here. So if you have your workbook, then once again, under setting the mood, you have the link to the stress relief subliminal affirmations video that you can use to set the mood. Let's do some EFT though. So you're going to begin by tapping here on the karate chop point. And just to open up, we're not going to be doing EFT and NLP. We're just going to do some EFT before we go through our quick guided meditation. Tap here on the eyebrow point. So this is like the point right here, or you'll even feel if there's a bone right here. And you're not tapping very hard, just lightly. Sides of the eyes. Underneath the eyes. Underneath the nose, tap underneath the nose. Tap on the chin. Collarbone points. You're just gonna tap along where I'm tapping. You're so welcome, Lucid. You are so welcome. Tap on your side, on your ribs. You can tap on your right or your left side, whichever you prefer. So if you you know, I always say put your own sauce, your own seasoning on it. You have to feel comfortable. Come to the wrist point. We're tapping on different points of the body. Each one of these points corresponds with the meridian, top of the head. The meridians correspond with organs. The organs hold emotional energy. We're going to go back to the eyebrow points. As we're tapping, what I want you to do is I want you to just, I know I'm talking and guiding a lot, but you're quiet, you're tapping, you're breathing, you're releasing. Sides of the eyes. I lost my train of thought, but it's cool. Underneath the eyes. Underneath the nose. Oh, the emotions. We're knocking on the door of the body, chin. We're gonna do this round, we're gonna do one more round. Collarbone points. We're knocking on the door of the body just to move some energy. You'll see in a moment. Wrist. It'll be very calming. Top of the head. And we do this because we're trying to shift the energy. A lot of us are going through a lot right now. Eyebrow points. And we want to be open, honest, and authentic with ourselves as we are going through this practice this evening. Nothing here is about shame or blame. We're on the sides of the eyes. It's about identification. It's about release. It's about nurturing underneath the eyes. But sometimes when we are asked questions, and you all know from my journaling prompts, I hit you with them, you know, because I want you to get what you came for underneath the nose. I'm going to ask, you know, and you're going to ask yourself, and you want to just be open, honest, and authentic. So we're getting the body prepared. We're opening it up. Collarbone points. The side. Wrist. Top of the head. I'm going to come back to the karate chop point. And go ahead and place your hands on your knees. Taking a deep breath, exhale on a sigh. Releasing any tension, tightness, stress from the body. Feel the movement of energy through the body. Feel the release of tension. Just allow it to begin melting away. Allow your mind and your body to soften and open. Go ahead and open your eyes. If anyone has any questions about that, you can drop those in the comment section while we're transitioning. So if you have your workbook on page 2, this would be the energy cleanse guided visualization. So we're going to go into this. So let me talk a little bit about this for a moment while I'm waiting for any questions or comments to come through. If you don't have any questions, do me a favor. If you do not have any questions, drop me a number 8 in the comment section. 8 is the number of harmony. It lets me know that you are picking up what I'm putting down, that you're smelling what I'm stepping in, that everything I'm saying so far makes sense, that you are not lost or confused. You have no questions. We are in harmony. Drop me that 8, and that's going to just let me know to be at peace and at ease, because you all are good to go. Okay, so drop me that 8. If you can't drop me an 8, drop me a question or a comment or something that you would like to share. The energy cleanse guided visualization is based on a Tibetan practice called Tonglen, and this means sending and receiving. So in the traditional practice, what we would be doing is establishing a space of establishing a state of consciousness where we are experiencing this awareness itself. We want to be grounded. I'm going to guide us through this. We're going to get grounded. And what we'll do is we're going to imagine a spark of light at our heart that is indestructible. And as we'll go through some progressive muscle relaxation to release and relax the body to help with physical stress. But the visualization portion, we're going to be visualizing absorbing negative energy around us, negative energy from ourselves, negative energy from the world. Like we're a vacuum cleaner. We're sharing blessings. We are giving blessings to others, and that gives blessings to us. And what we are doing is taking that negative energy and turning it into positive energy and spreading it back out. So there's multiple reasons why we are doing this meditation, but it's in the sequence of events. It's going to be beautiful, but this is going to open us up to being more compassionate and more kind with ourselves, as well as just dropping us into this space. Okay, you can do this meditation laying down or sitting up, whichever you prefer. Go ahead and find your space and place where you would like to sit and meditate. We're going to meditate for about 15 minutes before we go into journaling. So I'm gonna guide us in it, and then I'm gonna give us about 5 minutes of silence to meditate. I'm gonna guide us into it. It's gonna be about 10 minutes of guidance, and then I'm gonna give us about 5 minutes of silence to meditate before I close it out, so I can also meditate. Haley is here. Haley, you are right on time. Haley, we are just about to meditate. It's gonna be a 15-minute meditation. If you are down, go ahead and close your eyes and get settled, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to meditate from chime to chime, okay? 15 minutes under this full moon. The sun is in Cancer, the full moon, the moon is in Capricorn. So we're going to do our 15-minute guided energy cleansing Tonglen meditation, okay? Hopefully you're settled. If you are laying down, either lay in the Shavasana pose or kind of have your back elevated, like you have cushions or something behind you, just so you don't like fall asleep. You want to be able to relax, but you don't want to fall asleep. If you're sitting, you want to be sitting how I am. You don't want to be slumped over. That's going to hurt your body. You want to be sitting up. Your spine is straight. Your sternum is up. So you're allowing your body to be vigilant, like a vigilante, a person who's on watch at nighttime, like Batman. So the body is on watch. The body is at attention, but we're able to relax. We're relaxed, this balance. So go ahead and get into your position. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, deep. Exhale through your mouth on the side, releasing any tension, tightness, or stress from the body. And we'll meditate together from chime to chime. Bring the focus of awareness to the surface where your body meets the ground, and allow it to rest here for a moment. Just be here with this sensation of stability and groundedness. Release control of the breath. Don't try to control or manipulate the breath in any way. Allow the body to breathe the breath naturally, easily, harmoniously. You're going to go ahead and step out of the way. The body has wisdom. It knows what it's doing. If it needs a deep breath, it will take a deep breath. If it needs a shallow breath, it will take a shallow breath. On each natural, effortless exhale, release any tension, tightness, or stress from the body, allowing it to melt away, to pour away with each breath the body takes. The body is breathing on its own. Bring the focus of your attention to your head. On the next natural, effortless exhale, go ahead and release any tension, tightness, stress from the crown of your head, and allow that sense of relaxation to pour down onto the forehead. Release any wrinkles from the forehead. Allow there to be a spaciousness between the eyebrows. It pulls around the eyes and into the eye sockets. All of the tiny muscles behind the eyes release and relax. This relaxation pours down into the cheekbones, seeps into the inside of the mouth. Release any suction or tension or stress that you're holding inside of the mouth. Release any tension from your jaws. And all of this is happening very easily, naturally, harmoniously, as you're effortlessly breathing, as the body is effortlessly breathing. On your next natural, effortless exhale, release any tension from the neck and the shoulders. Allow that to pour down into the torso, upper back, chest. Down your arms, into your wrists, your fingers. Releasing, relaxing. Allow this sense of tranquility to pour down into the lower torso, down into your waist, down your hips, butt, thighs, legs, over the knees, over the tops of the knees, the kneecaps, around the back of the knees, your calves release, shins, down into your ankles, over the tops of your feet, down around into the soles of your feet, into your big toes, second toe, middle toe, fourth toe, pinky toe. Allow awareness to fill the entire space of the body, like perfume in the air, like a light from a flame. Now in this sense of openness, groundedness, stillness, bring the focus of your attention to your heart. And imagine, visualize a spark there, a bright white light. You feel it. It feels like the sensation of appreciation and gratitude, a warmth in your chest, a glow in your heart. On each natural, effortless inhale, energy, bright light from around you goes into this light at your chest, from all around you, all in your environment. This light at your chest grows with each inhale, more and more white light. Each natural, effortless exhale, you continue to release and relax. This balancing of absorbing the white light from around you. The spark in your chest is growing and growing and growing. It encompasses your entire body. It surrounds you. It grows to surround you like your auric field. And go ahead and bring the focus of your awareness to some pain, some hurt, some suffering. It could be with you. It could be for someone else, a prayer, a wish. Perhaps you know someone who is suffering. It could be for an event. It could be something that's going on in the world. Visualize this as negative, dark energy. On each natural, effortless inhale, you absorb all of that energy, all of the darkness, into this white, bright spark at the center of your chest. And this light is untouched, unfazed by that negative energy. It completely and utterly swallows it whole. And on each natural, effortless exhale, you continue to produce more and more, brighter and brighter light. It spreads out through you. It touches the world and the environment around you. You're taking in that negative energy, things that bother you, things that perhaps you're even unaware of. It's okay, you don't have to be aware of it in this moment. It doesn't have to make sense. You're just here with these sensations, with this visualization, with this relaxation, and you're taking in the negative energy all around you and transforming it into bright light white. and spreading that love and that peace back out into the world around you. I'm going to give us 5 more minutes to rest in this place and to recycle and release and cleanse this negative energy. Go ahead and open your eyes. Come back to the present moment, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and drop me number 8 in the comment section below and let me know that you are back and feeling refreshed from the meditation. If you have any questions, comments, experiences regarding the meditation that you would like to voice, go ahead and drop those in the comment section. Otherwise, go ahead and drop me a number 8 and let me know that you are ready to roll, that you're ready to move forward, that everything that we have done and gone through so far has made some sense to you. Let me see some 8s, or let me see some questions. Let me see some 8s, or let me see some questions. Perfect. I'm seeing those 8s. I'm seeing those 8s. You are so welcome, Julia. Go ahead and let's go ahead and open up to the journaling prompts. So go ahead in the workbook, you're going to go ahead and turn to the 3rd page. It just says journaling prompts right at the top. If you do not have the workbook, I am going to post the link to that action. Let me see. Is there somebody, let me see, I'm going to give you another call to action. Drop me a number 7 in the comment section if you don't have the workbook. Drop me a number 7 if you do not have the workbook. I'm trying to look. I'm logging into this on my computer as well. Julia dropped a 7. Julia, I am dropping the link in the description, in the little chat right there. So the workbook this evening contains all of the activities that we are going through. It contains the journaling prompts that we are about to go through. It is completely free, so I would advise that you have that. It's going to help you to engage in the activities that we are going through. Also, pull it up on another device so you can, see me and see the workbook at the same time. Sorry, y'all, it's the tea. You can see me and see the workbook at the same time. On page 1, it has suggestions and tips for setting the mood, as well as a link to a stress relief subliminal affirmations video that you can use as calming meditative background music while you are engaging in this practice this evening, or whenever you're doing a similar practice, or this one again on your own, because you can go through this on your own, where I'm just giving you a structure, and different things may come up for you at different times. Page 2 is that energy cleanse guided visualization, so it'll be similar to the one that we went through this evening. It's already recorded, beautifully recorded. Is there for you. You could go back through this workshop and just watch and go along. If you don't want to do that, then you have the direct link to the energy cleanse guided visualization. And let's go ahead and begin our journaling prompt section. So I'm gonna give us about, what I'm gonna do is, let's see, how many journaling prompts are there? There are 5 journaling prompts. So let's take 3 to 4 minutes per journaling prompt. So there's going to be some silence, so I don't want you to feel rushed, and I want you to get what you came for. Leave some space still as we go from prompt to prompt, because you may want to journal some more tomorrow. Something else may come back up for you later on. You may have some insight and you're like, oh, that makes sense. I should have wrote that down. So leave some space for yourself in your journal and for you and on your paper. Hopefully you have your refreshing tea beverage or whatever it is that you're drinking. I know someone earlier said they were drinking a smoothie. I have my journal here, and I have a crystal pen. I love crystals, you all. If you like crystals, drop me a number 8 in the comment section if you like crystals. This is a aura plated black kyanite. I'm like looking the other place, the camera's over here. This is an aura plated black kyanite. Let me show down here on Facebook. I don't want to forget my Facebook people. I love my Facebook friends too. This is an aura plated black kyanite. This pen and other pens, other crystal pens, are available on higheralignment.com. Okay, they are on higheralignment.com, along with crystal jewelry. I know a lot of people use their crystals, under the full moon, under the new moon, when they're doing their self-care, activities. I too do that. So tonight I am wearing my Angel Aura Spirit Quartz, and this is one that I designed for myself, and I've been waiting on these for a long time. Show down here too. Spirit quartz is a type of quartz that comes from South Africa. It's commonly found in South Africa. And you see it has all of these druzy terminations on them. It has like one large termination. Then it has these other like druzy little shimmer, shine, shines on it. This is actually heat plated in titanium. So that's what gives it its aura sheen. So if you like crystals and crystal jewelry, you'll definitely want to check out higheralignment.com. And I want to go ahead, while you have your workbook pulled up, for those who have the workbook, once again, what I want you to do is go ahead quickly. We're going to scroll back up, but I want you to scroll all the way down to that page number 6. And at the bottom, there is a gift for the first 5 people for this full moon. I want to give back. So you have that there for you. So go ahead and scroll back up. Let's go through the journaling prompt section. So before we get started with our journaling prompts, let's do another round of EFT. And this time we are going to add in NLP. So we're going to do some EFT again. You're going to tap where I tap, and you're going to just repeat after me. So I teach this in different ways, but what we're going to do is just use basic affirmations. So we're just going to use the one. We're going to use the one that's in here under the journaling prompt section. I am open to the answers deep within me. Because once again, the activities, the questions that I'm going to be asking you, they're not about blame or shame or guilt. It's just about identification so that we can make the moves and release what we need to release and move forward, So we want to do EFT so we can open ourselves up to that. Open ourselves up to being open, honest, and authentic. So let's come here to the karate chop point. We're going to say, I am open to the answers deep within me. Tap where I tap and repeat after me. I am open to the answers deep within me. I am open to the answers deep within me. I am open to the answers deep within me. I'm going to just do one round. Even though it may be difficult for me to look at things that I don't want to see. There are many things that I have been pushing away. But under this full moon, I have the courage to look. I have the courage to explore. Because I am in this place and this space where I am truly ready to release. And so I am opening myself up to that release, little by little. And I am open to the answers deep within me. We're going to come back to our karate chop point. We're going to say, so it is, so it is, so it is. I'm going to just give a light shake of our body. I know it sounds weird. It looks weird. Give a light shake. Breathe in. Exhale on the side. Releasing any tension, tightness, stress from the body. And let's go ahead and get our journal and our pen. I have my tea. Let me take a sip of my tea. And let's see. So we're going to open up with our first journaling prompt. I'm going to watch the time. I have a timer up here. I have a timer over here. I'm getting real comfortable, y'all. I got to put my feet up. I hope you're comfortable because I'm comfortable. You want to be comfortable when you're doing this. It's self-care for a reason. If I wasn't here on camera, I would probably be on my floor with a yoga mat, tons of pillows around me, still my incense and solfeggio frequencies. I would put like a blanket down and sometimes I have like fruit, and tea, just like light little things that I can eat and really just make myself, I'm like the camera's over here, and make myself comfortable with. So I hope that you are very comfortable because I am very comfortable. let's get into these journaling prompts though. So go ahead and open up. Hopefully I've been running my mouth long enough for you to get settled. You have your pen, you have your journal. We're gonna use the bowl again to mark the time. Let me pull this in closer. So oops. You see I'm messing stuff up. Our first journaling prompt is, what am I currently holding on to that's not serving me? What am I angry at others about? Or what am I angry at myself about? So if we're holding on to something, typically there's some tension there. There's some tension or some stress somewhere in your life, somewhere in your experience. You may be upset or frustrated that something is not going your way. You may be upset or frustrated about a particular person or situation. There may be grudges that you're holding on to. There may be expectations. Think about things in a variety of different ways. I always talk about the 7 areas of life: health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, and recreation. So think about those 7 areas and like which one seems the most stressful for me, or which ones seem the most stressful for me, and then go ahead and narrow it down and think about this question again. I'm still going to give us a few minutes because I want to write my answer too. What am I currently holding on to that's not serving me? What am I angry at others about, or what am I angry at myself about? Let's take 3 to 4 minutes. You can interpret this question however you want to. What I'm doing is I'm making a list of things that I feel like, thinking about like, what have I been holding on to? What's bothering me? What's upsetting me? Sometimes we don't express it. I know a lot of, and many times we're talking about the law of attraction and manifestation. We kind of have this way of doing this spiritual bypassing type of thing where we're like, oh, I'm just not gonna look at it. I'm gonna not gonna acknowledge it because if I talk about it, it's gonna increase it or it's gonna magnify it. But on a certain level, we do have to acknowledge what is there and identify what is there and really learn the lessons. That's what the journaling prompts this evening are going to help us to do, to really learn the lessons so that we can move forward, and then it's easier to release. It's easier to release the emotions and the anger and the frustration once we learn what it is there to teach us. Go ahead and take your last 60 seconds to finish up your last few thoughts, your last few sentences. Go ahead and begin to wrap it up. And then I just want to give you a little call to action. Once again, I know there's a lag, but I just want to, still keep pace and touch it and check in with the energy. Drop me a number 8 if you have finished your answer to question number 1, if you discovered something insightful. Even if you want to drop in the chat section, if you feel brave enough and, want to talk about it, you can drop in one of the things that you feel like you are holding on to. You all know that I give examples. I will use one of your situations as an example. Maybe if you want to get more, kind of like a little bit of assistance as we go through, like what different things could look like for you. So you can drop a number 8 if everything makes sense so far. You can drop a frustration or anger if you want to let it out. Um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look at one of mine that I feel comfortable sharing because I do feel, I feel like it's okay. So I often a lot of you know that I still work a 9 to 5. I still work a 9 to 5, and a while ago, maybe last year on Instagram, a few people, I shared with them some things that were going on in my life with my 9 to 5. Now it's interesting because the situation is really no longer going on. It was with me and a colleague. The situation is no longer going on, but I still sometimes you have like these shower conversations with yourself where you're saying like little things that you feel like you should have said way back when, but you did it didn't come to your mind, like, oh, I should have said this. Or you'll have like little arguments in your head, or you daydream. I find that I have those, and I try to pay it. You all know I love dream work and lucid dreaming, but this also extends into the daytime. I try to pay attention and catch myself daydreaming and like, oh, what was I daydreaming about? What was my mind occupied with then? Because sometimes there are messages hidden there that bubble to the surface. Not like you need to believe everything that your mind is thinking when you're daydreaming, but observing it will allow you to see like what is lurking there beneath the surface. So I find that I'm having those types of memories and experiences a lot, and I'm like, oh, at some level, way below the surface, I'm still holding on to this situation, which really has been over with, but it's me who's holding on. I did see a comment. Let me come back over here and check the comments. Where is it at? Sorry, y'all. I have like multiple tabs open and everything. Is it going to allow me? Okay. Fear of not being chosen, not being good enough. Ooh, that is a good one, Lucid. That is a good one. So, what I would challenge you to do is once again skip a few lines, but dive even deeper. You want to get really specific. What is it about that I specifically feel like I'm not good enough about? Or what do I think that someone else thinks that I am not good enough? Why do they think that, or why do I think that, or why do I think that they think that? You want to get very specific. So once again, these questions are about identifying. So I did see people write their 8s in, um, and then let me see, number 2. So let's go ahead and go on to journaling prompt number 2. So, more than just anger, what am I specifically feeling? What are my emotions, and what is the mental reasoning I'm giving myself to justify my emotions? So, this is what I want you to think about. If before, we were kind of thinking about things like anger and frustration, I want us to get a little bit more specific. Just like Lucid already said, like this feeling of not feeling good enough. We're here focusing on our emotions and the current emotional space we are in the situation, that we are perceiving in our life experience. We want to focus on our emotions, and at this point, not necessarily the other things. We're picking it apart. So we really want to focus on like, what am I feeling? Am I feeling anger? Is it rage? Is it frustration? Is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is it what is it that I am feeling, and what is the justification that I'm giving myself? Like, am I feeling angry at this person because I felt like they did me wrong, they disrespected me, they dishonored me? Am I angry at, what am I angry about? What is the emotion that I'm feeling, and why am I telling myself that I'm feeling that emotion? Hopefully that question makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and give us 3 to 4 minutes to journal about that. Okay, let me come back up. Oh, of being misunderstood. I see that, Julia. Why do you feel like you're misunderstood? What is it that they're not understanding? Or what is it that you feel that sorry, I'm trying to get back to the journaling prompts. I'm flipping between different screens. What is it that you feel misunderstood about? Hopefully that makes sense. Go ahead and take your last 60 seconds to wrap up your last few thoughts, sentences, or phrases, and then drop me a number 8 in the comment section once you are finished. Okay, I'm seeing those eights. I'm seeing those eights. I'm seeing those eights. Let's go ahead and move on to journaling prompt number 3. If everything were perfect regarding these emotions and the situation, what would my life look like and how would I feel? So you can see we're on this path of kind of dividing things up into the situation itself and kind of how we feel about the situation. So we're analyzing the situation, but we're also paying attention to our emotions. And the reason that we're doing this is because many times we're responding and reacting to our emotions and not the situation itself. Like, say somebody cussed you out and like called you out of your name. They called you a so and so, or whatever. But you know you're not a so and so, and you know you're not a whatever, but you're arguing with them anyway. So logically, this doesn't make sense. Now you look like a fool because you're arguing with someone over something that you know is not the truth. But say you are so and so, and you are whatever. Now you're arguing with someone for something that they said that is the truth. So why are we really arguing? It's probably because of the way that I feel about what they said, regardless of if what they said was true or not. So if I am, maybe they call me out of my name. Now I'm feeling frustration, or I'm feeling anger, or I'm feeling some kind of way. So I'm not, maybe in the moment I don't acknowledge how I feel, and instead of acknowledging how I feel, I'm now responding to that feeling, but I haven't acknowledged it. So now I'm just going off. They're going off, I'm going off, we're going off. We look like two fools together. You know, but when we're mindful of our emotions, we can say, oh, every time I get angry, I tend to do this. Every time I get frustrated, I tend to do that. And perhaps it's that response to your emotions that is what is keeping you holding on. You have an emotional response to a situation, you choose to grasp onto it and make a grudge and complain about it or do whatever it is that you're doing. So we're kind of working with these two paths. So what I want you to do right now, I know I was rambling, but prompt 3 is, if everything were perfect regarding the situation and your emotions, what would it look like and how would it feel? And I realized in the beginning in question 1, we made a list. So right now I'm only working with one of mine. You may be doing the same thing, just working with one. You may be working with, many situations, but you can focus on one thing. And then if you need to focus on other things outside of the workshop, that's why I said to leave space. Or once again, you have the workbook and you can come back to expand upon what we're doing. So go ahead and take about 2 more minutes and write down, finish your answer to this question. Finish up your last few sentences, statements, or thoughts. So this question, really, when we look at our answer, when you look at your answer, I always say that clarity provides contrast. Many times people are like, why would I be allowed to go through this situation? Why would the divine put me in a situation? Why, oh, woe is me. The thing is, when you When something negative happens or when you perceive something negative, we tend to think in these binary contrasting ways. So automatically, you're going to learn something. So say you were in a nasty relationship with someone, one of the things that I saw earlier, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel appreciated. I don't feel worthy. Well, this shows me that I do want to feel good enough. I do want to feel appreciated and I want to feel worthy. I want to be loved. Now, the way that people go about that could get themselves into a sticky situation, perhaps if they're looking for love in all of the wrong places. And this is the example I'm just giving. So, just an example to get your mind going. Perhaps the person is looking for love in all the wrong places. Maybe they're externalizing their, this sense of I need to be loved, and they're putting it on other people instead of practicing self-care and giving to themselves. They're expecting other people to do it, and that's not happening. So if we're looking at prompt 3 and I've written it out and I said, you know what, if this situation were perfect, yes, exactly, Lucid, seeking validation, you hit it right on the head. So if I write out what I want, if this situation were perfect, this is what it would look like, and this is how I would feel. Remember, we need that feeling portion, because that feeling portion is gonna be the thread and the needle that's gonna move us forward. So what would the perfect situation look like, and how would I feel? So you can see, even from prompt 1 to prompt 3, we've already gone from identifying what is wrong and what's not working, and the grudges that I'm holding on to, and the emotions that I am feeling that I don't want to feel. And now in prompt 3, we're already moving towards this release. We're like, okay, this is what I really want though. This is what I would really want. This is what I want. This is what this situation is teaching me. I would feel safe. Hello, Lucid. I would feel safe. Write that down. Safety, a sense of safety and security. So these emotions are what we are going to be, working with. I was going to say something, and I just completely lost track. It's okay. Maybe it'll come back to me if I was hitting on something that seemed particularly resonant with you and you caught what I was saying and you want me to go back to that. Just write it in the comment section, but it just completely flew out of my mind. But how would I feel? We're going to be going after these feelings, okay? But you can already see a progression from prompt 1 to prompt 3 that we have made progress, okay? So if everything makes sense so far, drop me a number 8 in the comment section. Let me know that it makes sense, that you're picking up what I'm putting down, that you're smelling what I'm stepping in. The journaling prompts have made sense. The EFT we're going to do some more EFT before the night is over, but we're coming to an end. You see, we're almost there. You enjoyed the meditation, hopefully, yes, and you are ready to move on to journaling prompt number 4. You've gotten all of your answers written down for 1 through 3. Drop me that number 8. If you cannot drop me a number 8, drop me a question. Drop me a question so that I can adequately answer your question. I see some people are joining. If you're just now joining, go ahead and grab your journal. You are not late to the show. You're right on time. Just hop on in. Okay. Journaling prompt number 4. What's one thing that I can do over the next 2 weeks to 30 days to gently begin to release and remind myself to continue releasing? So what I want you can write, you can brainstorm while I am talking. You want to begin moving towards that feeling. So notice that we're trying to, prompt 4 and prompt 5 are very similar, but this is what I want us to think about. Prompt 4 is asking us to do something. What is something that I can do? So this is when your self-care activities are going to come in. If you are someone who is not new to this, you are true to this, you have been to the higher alignment workshops before, you are on my Instagram, you have seen my other YouTube videos, then I try to introduce you to new tools that will assist you in doing this type of work. So this is what I want you to think about. Even if like EFT, you were introduced to EFT this evening, you're like, over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, I could do a 10-minute EFT session a day. I could do 5 minutes of EFT. I could do some yoga. I could do yoga nidra. I could do some journaling in the evening. I could do affirmations. I could do some affirmations. Like, what is one thing that you can do in order to begin moving towards the feeling that you want? So, say my feeling that I came up with is I want to feel safe and secure. That came up. I want to feel safe and secure. I want to feel validated, the safety and the security. One thing that I would say for safety and security, one thing that I've been working with, and I'm gonna introduce you all to this practice next week, if you are participating in the self-care workshops. But what I've been doing is practicing yoga nidra, which is about a deep relaxation within the body, and I do this outside on my patio. And this seems so insignificant, but how often, like, would you allow yourself to fall asleep outside? Can you be that trusting? Can you be that trusting of the earth beneath you, of the animals around you, of the people around you? So clearly, I'm doing this practice, in a protected area, not just out in the open. I have a balcony. I'm not on the first floor, so no one can just walk up. But there's still just this sense of, I have to get used to this, being outside, up underneath the sky, doing these practices. So if you don't have an idea of what you could do, if you have tonight's workbook, under prompt 4, there is a link to the self-care ideas list, and it has 8 different categories, and this is free as well. It has 8 different categories of self-care activities. Within each category are multiple examples. So if you think about what you wrote in number 1 and what you wrote to answer number 3, and you look on that self-care ideas list, find a correlation between that stressor, whatever is stressing you out, what is currently having you off balance, and also what it is that you want, that feeling that you want to go after, and find a self-care idea, find an activity from that list that will support you. Now, the thing is, you want this to be easy. You want it to be efficient. You don't want this to be something that is going to take you a terribly long time to do, or is going to be complicated, because then you're not going to do it. You want it to be enjoyable, so you want it to be relaxing. That's what we're here talking about. How can I release? How can I begin releasing these grudges? How can I begin releasing the feelings, releasing the situations that are not working for me? But also, the second part of this is continuing to release. So I think about this like forgiveness. When I talk about forgiveness, sometimes you forgive somebody and then it comes back into your mind what they did and you're angry all over again. Sometimes you have to remind yourself, that you forgave them. That's perfectly okay. When we're releasing something, sometimes that can come back into our mind and we grasp back onto it. And we engage in it, we continue to complain about it, we continue to talk about it, we continue to perpetuate that negative energy. So sometimes we have to remind ourselves, I released this. Remember, I released this. Remember, I let this go. Remember, I learned my lesson. I did my prompt number 3, and I figured out what it really was that I wanted. So I don't need to hold on to the hurt and the anger and the frustration and the guilt and the jealousy and all of that, because now I know the lesson. And now that I know the lesson, I can let go of the emotion. The emotion is there to serve as a message and a reminder to me. Now that I have the message and the reminder, I don't need to continue feeling angry, because when I do that, all I do is set myself up for failure, because I put myself in this sticky situation where I'm now tempted to respond to that anger. And is my response going to lead me towards harmony? Is it going to lead me towards release? Is it going to lead me towards that feeling of serenity and safety and security and love and validation? Or is it going to lead me towards arguing with this person? Is it going to lead me towards feeling more frustrated and more angry about the situation, that I don't have the money that I want, that I don't have that validation from that person? So what is something that I can do to kind of just ease into that release? And you can even see from my example, it doesn't even have to be directly related. It can be, but sometimes it's about just allowing your body to release and relax. Okay, I think that's enough time. Let's go ahead and move on to prompt number 5. Drop me a number 8 in the comment section if everything is making sense so far. If you're still picking up what I'm putting down, if you're smelling what I'm stepping in, if it all makes sense, draw me that number 8, that number of harmony, and alignment, and let me know that you're ready to move forward to our last journaling prompt, which I'm going to ring my bell anyway, but drop me the number 8. If not, drop me your question. Prompt number 5 is, what is one thing that I can stop or refrain from doing over the next 2 weeks to 30 days in order to stop holding myself where I currently am emotionally and mentally? So once again, the emphasis that I want to put on here, I want to put the emphasis on a few things here. So you can write while I'm talking and begin brainstorming, okay? Hey, Keena, I saw you sneaking here. I'm going to read your comment in just a second, but I want to make sure that we get through the material for this evening. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoy this self-care workshop. So this is what so question number 4 was one thing that I'm going to start doing. Question number 5 is one thing that I'm going to stop doing, okay? And the thing is, you want to focus on yourself and your feelings and your situation. I would highly advise that you do not focus on someone else or externalizing the blame. You see that all of these questions really have been related to you and your perspective of the situation. You don't want to fall into this trap of blaming someone else and thinking that you can control someone else or control external circumstances. You cannot do that. All you can do is control you and what you do. That's it. Okay? So what is one thing that you're going to stop doing, or you're going to refrain from doing? Are you going to stop complaining about this situation? Are you going to stop giving voice to that negativity? Are you going to stop feeding into it? Are you going to stop arguing with that person who knows how to push every button and you know that they're just pushing your buttons just because they know how to do it? Are you going to stop asking this person on a date because you've asked them on a date many times and they just keep letting you down? One thing that I would advise doing is look at your expectations. This is something that I've been doing recently. Looking at my expectations, because many times it's our expectations that set us up for failure. Not saying that you shouldn't have standards, because there's a difference. But sometimes we have expectations. We expect someone else to do this, or we expect a certain situation to look like this or to look like that. And then when they don't or it doesn't, then we get bent out of shape. We're not being flexible. We're not able to allow ourselves to release. So sometimes we have to think about, is it my expectations that are out of alignment with what it is that I truly want? Think about your answer to prompt number 3, what it is that you truly want. And if there is something that you're holding on to, a grudge, an expectation, perhaps it's even a habit. Maybe you're trying to get your health and fitness together and you keep eating that Ben and Jerry's. You know, you're like, oh, I'm actually going to have dinner tonight. Like, I'm going to cook for myself. And the next thing you know, you've let the whole day go by. You haven't eaten, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go in the freezer and eat my mint chocolate chip ice cream because that's gonna make me feel better. But in prompt number 3, you said that you wanted health and fitness. So how does that make sense? Make it make sense. So is there one thing that you can stop doing to hold yourself in this place where you are emotionally and mentally? You want to stop holding yourself. You can't worry about what other people are doing. All you can do is release you. All you can do is release release what you are holding on to, and do this day by day by day. So prompt 4 was one thing that you can begin to do to help yourself, to soothe yourself, to calm yourself. And you have the self-care ideas list there for you. And prompt number 5 is, what is one thing that I can stop doing? So now we have come up with a plan. If that all makes sense, go ahead and drop me number 8. If you have finished all of the journaling prompts, go ahead and drop me number 8 in the comment section. And what I want to do is I want to close out with a little bit of extended EFT. And this is going to be our last thing for the evening. Let me see those 8s. Let me see those 8s. Let me see those 8s. Just want to come back over here to YouTube here. Just want to say hi, y'all. Hey, Keena. Oh, you're just saying hi. You're right on time. It's no problem. Okay, so let's see. I am going to bring this thing on back. Oh, we're going to do extended EFT. Let me come back to the workbook. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go through an EFT routine, how I would typically do it in my personal space. So once again, I'm not planning or rehearsing anything. I'm going to say I didn't even know what we were going to be talking about until, I got here. So we're all in the present moment together. We're just going to do an EFT session about general release, that we're ready to move into this place and move into this space. And we're going to do some new things and stop doing some old things, okay? So let's come to our karate chop point. We're going to say, even though I have been holding on to a lot recently, a lot of things that are not serving me well, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I have been holding on to a lot of habits, I've been holding on to a lot of emotions, I've been holding on to a lot of energy that is not serving me well, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I have been holding on to a lot of grudges, a lot of things that I haven't said, I've been holding it all deep down inside. And I know I should have let it go. But I haven't been able to do that. I completely love and accept myself. Let's begin our cycle down. By now you should be familiar with these, so I'm just gonna talk and tap. Just tap and repeat after me. I'm gonna close my eyes, but you can look if you need to. I've been holding on to a lot recently. There's a lot going on in my personal life. There are people who I am upset with. There are situations that I am frustrated by. You can name it. I'm giving general things. You can say, who is the person you're upset with? I am upset with, say their name. I acknowledge. I'm open to acknowledging it. I'm upset with, because I am hurt about. I'm hurt that. Because and I know I don't need to hold on to this. But every time I think about it, every time it flows into my mind without me doing it, I feel fill in the blank. I feel frustrated, I feel angry, I feel jealous, I feel all of these negative emotions all over again. And it's me who's holding me in this place. Because I am not taking action to move forward, or I haven't been. And I'm open to acknowledging that. And now that I'm able to see that, I'm stepping into my personal power. I have the ability to make whatever decisions I need for my well-being. And it isn't always easy. And I'm not going to set myself up for failure. So I'm going to release gently this time. I am now choosing to release the feelings of resentment, and frustration and anger. I am making the decision now to let it go and to continuously remind myself in gentle ways every day that I am releasing that which no longer serves me well. I am releasing people, places, situations, and expectations that no longer serve my highest good. I am releasing people, places, situations, and expectations that no longer serve my highest good. One more time. I am releasing people, places, situations, and expectations that no longer serve my highest good. And I'm doing this in gentle ways every day. It may not happen all at once, and I'm okay with that. I really am. I may have to remind myself every day to gently release. That I'm a big person, okay? I can do that for myself. And I'm choosing to be gentle and kind with myself through this process. Let's come back to this chop point. I'm going to sing it. So it is, so it is, so it is. You're going to go ahead and shake. Shake gently. I know it sounds good, but you just shake it. Shake it away. Shake it away. Come back. Deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth on the side. 2 more times. Release tension, tightness, stress from the body. Okay. So hopefully you all have enjoyed this release. Self-care routine for the full moon in July. This is for our full moon in Capricorn under the Cancer sun sign. I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed the various EFT routines that we've gone through this evening, our guided Tonglen type of variation, meditation, and the journaling prompts. Hopefully they have assisted you in identifying that which is, you know, not serving you well, things that you can release. And hopefully from those last 2 questions, you have some action steps, something gentle, something kind that you can do for yourself every day to ease yourself through this process, as well as something that you can refrain from doing to release yourself from that emotional hold and that energetic place that you have been in. So go ahead, if you have your workbook, go ahead and open it and turn to the last page, these additional resources. So you'll see the first one is to the stress relief subliminal affirmations. It has solfeggio frequency 174 hertz, which helps to release physical pain from the body. That's why I chose this frequency. The subliminal affirmations videos have positive affirmations set right below hearing level. So your unconscious mind is picking these positive affirmations up. The solfeggio frequencies are affecting and calming your body-mind system, and you're just hearing this calming, relaxing meditation music. You can use it while you sleep. You can use it as a sleep track to help reprogram the mind throughout the next 2 weeks to 30 days. You can use it as background music while you meditate, or while you're working, or while you're studying, or you're reading, or doing whatever it is that you do. You hear I just play mine on my TV in the living room, and I kind of just go about my day. You have another EFT routine. EFT routine to release negative habits. So this is a guided practice, just like kind of what we just went through. You will tap and repeat after me, and it's extended EFT. It's about 10 to 15 minutes. I forget how long it exactly is, but those routines are about 10 to 15 minutes, and it has fill in the blanks as well. And you can work with this over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. I would highly suggest that you use this routine every day. Once again, a kind, gentle thing that you can do to allow yourself to release. This is an example of that, and you have that routine right there for you. And then the last link you have is going to take you to higheralignment.com. So throughout this evening, I've showed you things like the Come Hither oil. Now this is my personal one, and you can see, I'll zoom it in. You'll see the ones on the website, or you can see it better. But all of this is like material. It's frankincense and myrrh. There are jasmine flowers. There are crystals in here. There's 24 karat gold. And the oil is a cold pressed. It's like getting dark and I see the shadow now. The oil is cold pressed sweet almond oil, and it is infused with jasmine and honeysuckle and glang glang and these other light fragrances. It's a very, very beautiful scent. But I use this as an attraction oil, and you're going to just speak your positive intentions of yourself as you anoint yourself with it. You also have things like crystal pens that I have shown you in case you are interested in journaling, dream journaling. I have my sage. Oh, here's my sage. I have sage, tons of Palo Santo, different types of floral wrap sage, lavender chamomile bundles, all of that good stuff, as well as crystal jewelry. So if you're looking for items like Florida water, Palo Santo, all of these types of materials that you can use in your self-care routines, go ahead and check me out at higheralignment.com. And once again, for the first 5 people, you have a little surprise for you in the workbook listed there. So once again, thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope that this practice has been well-rounded and very insightful for you. If you have any questions, you can feel free to send me an email to awalker@thehighergroup.com, or you can also DM me on Instagram, and I will be sure to get back with you, okay? So I will go ahead and get out of here, and you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Troy said all of his items and jewelry are quality and the oils are amazing. Thank you so much, Choice. I really appreciate that. I do most of the items that you're going to see on higheralignment.com, they are handmade. I don't have any more incense left. I'm working on those. So you'll see typically I have hand rolled incense. There are attraction oils. There's also a grounding oil. The grounding oil has silver flakes in it instead of 24 karat gold. But all of those have frankincense and myrrh. So those wonderful resins, great quality oils, the floral wrap sage, dehydrated flowers. I have tea blends as well. There's crystal jewelry. There are digital workbooks as well. So if you like the journaling prompts and the activities that we went through, those are available as well. And then it has links to my courses on Teachable. So the Teachable courses are not a part of the surprise that you all have, but any of the physical products on higheralignment.com are, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And tomorrow we're going to have morning meditation. It's going to be at 7:30 a.m. It's going to be on Zoom. I'm going to send out that link 15 minutes beforehand, so you will have that. So once again, thank you for joining me this evening. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening, your night, and enjoy the full moon.